Quick. All right. And without further ado, I'm going to hand it on over to Rupal from the MIT Media Lab, who will introduce the session and everyone else that's joined her today. So on over to you, Rupal.
Thank you, Brandon. Hi, everyone. So great to see you all, and I hope I get to see you. So this is one of those sessions. Don't be shy to turn on your camera and your mic if you'd like. We want to see you. We're going to create and connect together today. So it'll be great to see all the beautiful people joining. And thank you for being here. I know there's a lot going on in the world. We're so grateful that you're here. And if you've never heard of stop motion before, or if you've never even thought about spoken word before, no matter what, you belong here, and we're going to get into some fun today. I want to just say a special thank you to the Clubhouse Network for this opportunity, and to our collaborators at CU Boulder and the Tinkering Studio at the Exploratorium in San Francisco. It's been really fun thinking about this session. We have a packed hour, y'all. This is gonna fly by, so I hope you're ready. We're gonna start by kicking it off in a second with some spoken word and getting into the vibe of what we're gonna be doing. We'll spend the heart of the session today actually creating together, making some stuff as best as we can, as fast as we can, to have fun. And then we'll come back into this main space to share. And I wanted to just kind of start off by introducing the inspiration behind the workshop today. Our friend Chillin, who is, I know, a love member of y'all's network. And Chillin, we're gonna actually introduce Chillin through some stop motion animation and spoken words. So you get a flavor of what today is going to be about through this piece I'm about to show you. So again, welcome. Feel free to turn on your cameras. Feel free to turn on your mic if you'd like to. You know, after this piece, if you want to make some noise, that's also welcome in the space. So here we go. Here's just a little intro to our friend Chillin.
I be that poet. I be that hot chocolate cheesy ass Chi-Town sister that flows it. I take my time donating my rhymes to elevate your mind. I instigate and narrate literary mandates and negate those that hate to facilitate a rhythmic debate. Yo, I be that poet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
You guys actually know, you guys know more about me now in those 20 seconds than you'll probably learn about me in this entire session. So that piece is on YouTube, but I'm Chillin the Conscious Poet. I've been a Clubhouse coordinator. I started in 2007, took a break in 2015 to launch a magazine, came back in 2018. This is my fourth Clubhouse. I started in Tucson, Arizona, moved on to South San Francisco, East Palo Alto, and now I'm here in Redwood City. But in the spirit of National Poetry Month, because April is National Poetry Month, it only made sense for us to combine stop motion with spoken word. So this is going to be an amazing session, and I'm happy that you guys are here with us today. Our goal for today, we have a few different goals that are really simple. We want you to have the opportunity to work hands-on, learning how to use the stop motion app, as well as having fun and design something really entertaining while making and tinkering. Last goal is we want you to expand your mind, have the opportunity to expand your mind and explore the limitless possibilities of making and tinkering. This collaboration only has come about because I attended a stop motion project where Rupal was the host, and I was so inspired by it that I thought that I would place a remix on it, add some spoken word, and here we are. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass it on and we're gonna get this party started.
Yeah, let's do it. And, you know, there's, since Chillin's brought this idea up to our group, like, I feel like my mind is just constantly, I'm seeing the opportunities to animate all the things around me. I actually wanted to show you all a little bit around like what some of the things you might make today might look like. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick and show you the Padlet that we're going to be working from. If, you know, Ronnie's about to put in the chat some information about that app that Chillin mentioned. If you have not yet downloaded the free app, it's available on iOS and Android. It would be a good time to do that so that when we get into the making, you're ready to go. So let me just quickly show you the Padlet. So Chillin was just like talking about thinking about how we bring spoken word to life. How do we use poetry and stop motion to bring some of these ideas to life? Her incredible example that you saw is on this Padlet, but just want to show you a flavor of some other things, that you'll see on here, just to give you a sense of little things you might try if you're new to stop motion, and maybe some things like Chillin's example, which you might get to if you've done stop motion a lot. So this is just kind of an example here of someone kind of trying to show this idea of inequity through stop motion. So I'm gonna, so you can just see that there's these scales, and one of the parts of the scale drops, and it's animated in that way to kind of show that effect. Here's another example. This is Royoko, who's one of our incredible facilitators. You're going to hear from Royoko in a minute. Was trying to animate a feeling. Poetry is full of emotions and feelings, and so how can you use little movements of objects to express a feeling? Here, these little marbly kind of things are just carefully moved, and every time they're moved, a picture is taken, and those pictures are put together to create this feeling of crying, of emoting in this way. And then maybe one more is just kind of this idea of how can you take different drawings to put them together to express a line or a phrase in the poem. So one of the poem that we're going to use for inspiration today, some of you might have already heard it. Chillin made this poem for the Reach Media Festival, and we're going to use that as a jumping off point. And this is a line from that poem. These rhymes of the times have encouraged us to pull together. And here's like one way you could interpret that line through stop motion. So let me back it up and start from the beginning. So it's using drawing and paper instead of objects to also kind of communicate this idea. So I'm going to stop sharing and pass it off to Royoko to kind of start talking to us about how do we use the stop motion app? What are some things we should keep in mind? So over to you, Royoko.
Okay, thanks. So my name is Ryoko. I'm a museum educator in the Tinkering Studio at the Exploratorium. I'm going to quickly walk you through by sharing my screen. This is one of the Tinkering Studio's website. We use it a lot as a resource. Oops. So this is a page about stop motion, and here we created this video. So I thought I'm gonna just use this video to kind of quickly walk through how to use this stop motion app. So if you download it already on your phone, you'd see this icon on your phone, okay? Just go ahead, open that. Sorry, no, I am going to do the voiceover. Yeah, so you can just open up this app. And then to create a new movie, you can tap the new movie button. And then here, actually there's lots of features and settings that you might wanna know, but we're gonna just quickly go to this camera icon and just go ahead to take the first picture, okay? And before you take the second picture, this is kind of important, so I wanna kind of emphasize. Over here, there's this slider, and make sure that this dot is halfway down, because what it does is it's going to give you some kind of ghost image. So ghost image is when you move the object, you're gonna see the ghost image of the previous position. So in that way, you know how far you move the object. And it's really helpful to take the second photo. So you go ahead to take the second photo, and then already, so you took the second photo, and then at this point, you can also just hit the play button. That was really quick. But I'm gonna just go ahead because, oops. I'm gonna skip some things, and I just wanna quickly show you how you can export the movie. So once you're done, let's say, this is a very quick movie, but once you're done, you first go to select this button, and then tap on the movie you just worked on. Okay, and then go to this share icon, here under the pull-down menu, we have several options. So you can export your movie as a movie, or you can export your movie as a GIF. I think in this case, either is fine. If you are making a longer movie, such as Chileen's example, then we recommend using exporting your movie as a movie. But like mine, if you are taking a few frames, then we recommend doing it as an animated GIF. So you can choose whichever you want to. And all this information we will share as a slide, so you can just walk through at your own pace. But I just want to quickly share how you can do the whole process very quickly. Yeah, so once you hit the either movie or GIF, then for the iPhone user, I think AirDrop is the easiest one, but you could also choose send your movie as an email, or you can also directly copy and paste your movie onto your regular email and then send it to yourself. So that's up to you. So once you have your movie onto your computer, and then from there, you can easily upload it onto your Padlet, onto the Padlet. Yeah, so that's pretty much, yeah.
Thanks, Ryoko. And so we're gonna, Chilin, do you want to talk about this poem?
Yes, I do. So Jeff and I got together. Actually, Jeff is my liaison manager. He called me up. He said, hey, we're doing Reach Again this year. I have my kids this year. His kids were so adorable. I hope you guys really enjoyed them. But he wanted to open up the piece with something a little bit more creative. And I want to just take a moment and share this little bit of, because as a poet, we have the responsibility to carry a tone, to set the tone for anything that we're performing for. And I failed to ask Jeff about the tone of the Reach Media Fest, even though I knew that there was a theme. So he rejected my first poem, which was cool, but then I understood that he wanted us to focus on that the youth had spent a year, we all spent a year in isolation because of COVID and the pandemic and the BLM movement and all of the violence that had taken place in the country. So I went in and wrote this piece. He approved it. It opened up. We opened the Media Fest with this. And what we're going to do today is we're going to listen to the poem in its entirety. But once we break out into our breakout spaces, you guys are going to have the opportunity to take lines from each stanza and actually create a stop motion project to align with this particular poem. I'm really excited, honored that you guys signed up for this project to do this, even though you didn't know this is what we were going to do. But I believe it's going to be fun. We're all here to help, and we'll just play the video.
No sound.
No sound, Ryoko. I think because you're muted, my friend.
Listen to my presence.
Okay,
Life
sorry.
is but a second. Yet we are not omnipresent. We cannot be in every place nor present for every lesson. Yet we must operate in our purpose to secure our place.
Ryoko, can you start it from the beginning, please?
Or to get a share of our blessings. Wait, they say that life is short. They say that life is short and time is of the essence. If this is true, then pay little attention to who I am, but instead listen to my presence. Life is but a second. Yet we are not omnipresent. We cannot be in every place nor present for every lesson. Yet we must operate in our purpose to secure our place that's destined, or to get a share of our blessings. Waste little time on guessing. Doesn't matter how you hope, just that you do. It doesn't matter how you believe, just be open to. It doesn't matter how you speak, just share your point of view, because our lives matter too. The total cases of coronavirus is a crisis. 8 dead in Atlanta with fears of anti-Asian bias. Derek Chauvin's attorney doesn't think race was a factor. He should keep quiet. And although I'm glad Beyonce called in Tamika, lines crossed over to Miss Cyrus. Peaceful protests misguided wrecking balls to break the silence. And those of us directly serving youth, Reach for peace and guidance. Reach feeds the screams from young people waiting for what's next to do. And Reach provides a home for those desperately seeking something out of the blue. You see, we are the history in the making for the next generations to learn from and review. Our after-school spaces are the safest places for the youth to come to. These rhymes of the times have encouraged us to pull together, inspiring dreams that will make this world better. These rhymes of the times have encouraged us to pull together, inspiring dreams that will make this world better. Choosing the path in the circle of life is a precious endeavor. So before diving to the depths that only knots can measure, I listened to a teen with dreads tell her mother that cutting her locks was a rap for never. She stood for Reach, as she also chose to be whoever. Because of Reach, I teach to love the skin within, not just for now, but forever. Reach is the glue that helps us build levels of confidence strong. Because of Reach, young people can hang out at our clubhouses all day long. So lyrically, Reach is the hook before the melody to my favorite song. And poetically, Reach is the dopest line to my coldest poem.
Woo! Give it up for the poet, y'all.
Yes.
Make some noise for the poet.
Yeah, this is why we don't do open mics virtually.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's love coming for you in the chat too, Chillin'. Don't miss that. Brandon, we're going to be right now. That's going to be our jump off. We're going to go into 3 breakout rooms. And we'll be in 3 breakout spaces with facilitators, and we're going to look at different parts of this poem that you just heard and try to do some stop motion, bring those lyrics to life. So that's what we're about to do. We're going to come back at 2:05 my time, Eastern time. So 5 minutes after the hour to share what we've been up to, see what we've made. So we're ready to go, Brandon.
All right, let's do
Got
it.
it. All right, here we go. More. Says that she is assigned a room.
Interesting. I wonder, maybe she's away from her computer and hasn't pressed
Yeah.
a button. I don't know if you can assign, if you can make people go to rooms or not.
Yeah, it says not joined next to her, but there's nothing nothing that I can do until either she joins or.
I see. Got it.
Yeah. So in this, she is in a room, but just has not joined that room. But Jessica, if you're here and hearing us, there may be a button that you need to click to join the room. If you're on a iPhone, sometimes you have to scroll over a little bit for that button to show up, as an FYI. But if you're having trouble, feel free to unmute her, and we can try and help you out. Make sure to get into the breakout space.
And I should be able to join any of these rooms and then come back to this space, right?
So I think I may have to put you there, but once you're there, then you should be able to just, there's an option that says like leave room, and there should be an option about leaving the room. Indigo, were you in a breakout yet or not quite yet?
No, not yet. Sorry, I was trying to do too many things at one time.
No need to apologize. They just started right now, so I'm just going to put you in a breakout room, and they'll loop you into where they are.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You got it. So yeah, I can put you in any room, and then when you're there, there should be an option to leave. It should say like leave or end, and then when you click it, there should be options that pop up. One of them being leave breakout room, and they should just put you right back here, and then I can move you around.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, here's another person joining, Candace. Hey, Candace. I saw your name earlier. Were you in a breakout room yet, or have you not joined a room quite yet?
Oh, sorry. I was having trouble getting back in because it got kicked out.
No worries. Sorry about that. Were you in a breakout room yet, or not yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, and that should send you on over.
Thank you.
You got it. Yeah, so just let me know if you want to head into any rooms or.
Yeah. Trying to decide. I think maybe I'll just try joining a room and hang out in there for a little bit just to test the process, because I don't think anybody will have any stop motion app issues right away. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and join because I have the option to join when I hover over these rooms.
Oh, perfect.
I'm just going to join one of them and then I'll try to come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Goodness, so fast. And then Celeste, are you good if when everyone's back to kick it to you to talk through the Padlet?
Yes. And would you be able to pull up our Padlet and share it so we can see it?
Sure, I can share screen. Let me do that right now. Welcome, welcome. We don't have a ton of time, so we're gonna get right into it. We'll kick it off to Celeste. Go for it, Celeste.
Yeah, and I think we have everybody back. Okay, so I just wanted to say that we are noticing so many amazing things about what you all have shared in Padlet and what you've shared with us by just holding your phones up to the screen. And I just wanted to call out a couple of these things, like so many different materials, beads, cut paper, Scrabble bananagram tiles, markers, office supplies, and so many types of movement too. Like I'm seeing like choppy waves and rough seas. I'm seeing some attracting forces and phrases and words being animated and characters moving around on our screens. And since we don't have a lot of time, I really want to open it up to you all. And I want to ask if anybody wants to tell us more about what they made, what inspired you, what was tricky, what new pro tips have you learned that you want to share with us. We can play your video on the Padlet here, or again, if you want to just, show it on your phone screen and hold it up to the camera, we can do it that way too. So does anybody want to share about what they have made?
I can share about mine.
Yes.
Mine was the waves and the little ship. So that was just, I told my group, I took like a little stack of Post-its and I just cut them all together and then pulled them apart. And that was like a Lego ship that was part of a set for a Christmas advent calendar. And my focus was on, I think the line was about like measuring through knots, and I went nautical, and that's where that.
Oh,
so knots is a way to measure ships and stuff.
That's cool.
Oops, that's super clever. I'm sorry, I stopped sharing. I was so excited. Super clever.
Very nice.
Anyone else? Who did this one from? I think it was our room.
So good.
I love it.
Yeah, I did that one. It's a huge stretch here, so bear with me as far as like paper clips and binder clips hold things together naturally already, I guess. And Batman, I guess, is generally trying to make the world a better place already. So, I mean, putting them together, huge stretch, but it worked out.
I love it. It's nice.
It's so great. It's just like that. It really does have this magnetic feel too. Like it's just so creative. That's great. Thank you for sharing.
I also love that, like I caught the attracting forces part of it, like how they're being pulled towards Batman. But I also didn't catch the symbolism in the binder clips and the paper clips. Like you can say so much just in the type of materials that you pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. Huge stretch, it was around me and it happened to work out.
I think it works really well.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to share? There's a couple others that are kind of catching my eye, but I'm wondering, is there anyone else? And I can't see the chat, so Celeste, let me know if there's anything.
Can I share mine?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I did the top right one with the yarn ball.
Okay.
I chose the line that said, choosing a path in this circle of life is a precious thing.
Ooh, where did it go? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, people are uploading, so it keeps moving on me. Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of had the ball unraveling as like, you know, you're choosing your path in life. So it made several paths, but then also the next line talked about knots. So I thought that yarn and knots kind of went together as well.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That is amazing. You all are
so good.
I love the depth and the deep thought in the objects itself. Wow, so clever, so thoughtful. Thanks for sharing, Robin.
Good stuff.
I'm also just noticing this one, build levels of confidence. I think that's one that's I'm just clicking on. I just love the breaking the word into parts, right? It's such a great way of animating something. And then the imagery coming in as a symbol. It just gets me thinking too about all the different ways you can do this. Like I was telling Chillin, like now I'm seeing like, oh, I want to animate like my favorite song. What would that look like?
Yeah.
Or, you know, like just different things that you can connect and think about all the symbolism. This one's, they're just keep hopping around. Okay. Doesn't matter how you hope. This one, I see someone lit a candle, created some ambiance, and also did some animation. Sorry, I think my computer's being fuzzy, but there we go. I'm not sure whose this is, but it was really the symbolism too in the candle that like caught my eye too around hope. And just like simple objects moving in such interesting ways.
Very creative.
Wow. Okay. I know we don't have any time left really. And there's a bunch of things hopping off in the chat. Did I miss anything? Anyone want to share theirs? Different rooms, Chillin. Anyone from your room you think had something they want to share?
I think Ty wants to share hers.
No, I'm terrible at I'm embarrassed. No, I will not. Sorry, you guys.
I'll share mine, but I didn't get to upload it by Padlet.
Okay.
We had the life is this. Can somebody from the group read the line? Life is short or something?
They say that life is short and time is of the essence.
Yeah.
All right. Yep, you good.
Plan? Aww.
What?
Look at you, Jeff.
Jeff. I love
He
that.
got extra time.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's amazing. Wow.
Is that newspaper?
I like that he did that.
Starburst rappers. Starburst rappers.
No way.
Yeah, amazing, Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah.
JT was also working on, I'm kind of curious what he ended up making with the lots of pine tree leaves. JT, if you're ready.
Yeah, I can try and show you guys. So I was just going off of the theme, let me see, of life and plants and stuff, and life is short, I think was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did.
Wow.
And then
the
one thing I know that I'm realizing is really excuse me, it really important is like a camera, what do you call it, like a mount or a tripod, because I was having trouble like going to the same spot and stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be really helpful for something like this, obviously.
And in the slides, I think Royoko added a couple of like homemade tripod things that you can try out. Like one thing that has worked for me is taking like a cooling rack for like cookies, like a wire rack, and putting that on some books. And then you kind of rest your camera on there, so it's coming through the wire slots. But yeah, that I feel you on that. I feel like that's definitely a challenge. Thank you for sharing, JT.
Wow, it's been really cool. I'm so honored with my spoken words. Thank you guys. It's been amazing.
It really has. I mean, I think we were like, like this is a lot. It's poetry and stop motion. What's going to happen? But then it's like, okay, if anyone can do this, it's Clubhouse coordinators and the people in the Clubhouse. So I think it's just incredible what you all have made. And again, shout out to Chillin for the inspiration, the idea, for the encouragement, for always inspiring too. Like I feel this activity, stop motion, I've done it so many times, but I've never thought about it like this. So thank you so much, Chillin, for your creative energy and collaboration. And also to the other facilitators, Royoko, for all your stop motion amazingness, Celeste and Ronnie, who I don't know if they could wave and say hi, but there's been a lot of thought put into this.
Yes.
This Padlet has those resources on it. It's y'all can use it however you'd like. We'd love for you to try it, remix it like Chillin. This came from a remix, so maybe you want to do this, with your youth in a different way with a different topic, and we'd love to hear what you're up to and so we can learn back from you. We'll kind of send, I think, Lynn had shared an email with those of you who had registered. We'll send a follow-up email with just some of these things again, the link to the Padlet, the slides, the lyrics, and again, just an invitation to continue to collaborate and learn from each other. It's been so much fun. I can't believe it's already an hour gone by, but thank you all for spending some time creating and connecting with us. Be well, be safe, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Yes, thank you guys.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.